Welcome to the Ascend Tournament Series Mainstream. I'm BOIOIOIIOIOIOINGs, and you're joining us here for Ascension Cup matchups. And what a matchup it will be! Lunar Echo, GreatRaid, BOIOIOIIOINGs. It's a 2-0 team versus a 2-0 team. It's either both teams have won all their matches so far this season. In fact, Lunar Echo, a returning team from last season with a virtually unchanged roster, have won both the matches in the sweeps. First against Infamous Thieves Tempest, and then against Team Adapt White. GreatRaid, their 2 wins against, I believe, Optimal Sakura, and then Infamous Thieves Tempest last week. So, of these teams, 2-0, although they haven't had the toughest matchup so far this season. Optimal Sakura is a good team, but for GreatRaid and for Lunar Echo, this is a big match. I mean, these teams are leading the group right now, and who knows how much this, win or loss can really change a season. But I expect it's going to change it a lot. This is we're near the halfway point for the for the first stage of the season here for both these teams. They're going to need to. This could be a win that could change everything for them. Both these teams have not exactly had a loss yet this season. This will be a big moment for all of them. And thank you for the raid, Corporal Monkey Shines, by the way. Shout out to you. I know I didn't shout you out earlier, but shout outs to you. Thank you so much. And I did get to see the end of your series there with Team Skyline Academy taking down Justice for Solo in a 3-2 scoreline, preventing a second reverse sweep for Justice for Solo in the season. That was a very good matchup. That was a very fun match to watch. And in fact, that's not the only match tonight. We're going to have another one later. On what Tesla stream. If he goes live early enough, we will raid out to that match as well. But Tesla streaming Yukio Kaizen Torrent Typhoon, actually a very good matchup in the Phoenix Cup. So that matchup actually between a team I know that's undefeated in Yukio. So a team that's 1-1 in Yukio, Torrent Typhoon also 1-1. They're not undefeated actually anymore. That's gonna be a great matchup to watch. I'm looking forward to that, but again, for now, though, Ascension Cup is the name of the game that we have right now. I'm looking forward to it. But again, I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a great matchup. But again, for now, we'll see how these teams play, and we're just going to wait on them to join the lobby. But as soon as they're here, we're getting this match going, and we're getting to see what it will be a best of 5 as for Lunar Echo. Looks like they're going to have Rice Mix, Smirk, and El Macho. And apparently they all have the name Evil in front of it, so I don't know what that's coming from, but they all have a little fun right now. They were definitely the enemies of the first season at times, but Season 4 was not great for them in terms of their performance. They're the only team, again, that's returned from last season, Ascension Cup, that I can think of. Their season, not great. 3-3, not a great record, only able to get the 5th seed. They lost in their first match in the quarterfinals to the eventual winners in the Burger Joint, so this season hoping that they can win the whole thing, be the top team out here. See if that happens. Again, they didn't have a good season last time around. Let's see how this season is going to change. For now, though, 2-0, already a good start to their season. They're in a good position. They've not exactly let this up to chance. And one of the benefits of the fact that this team has not changed at all since last season, for the most part. Again, these 4 players were all on the team last season. The only one you're not going to know is Owen. He went by a different name last season. He went by, what was it? What did he go by? On this Lunar Echo team, he went by Fuxa last season, but he was here last season as well. It's the same player. In fact, actually, he has the same username in Fuxa, but and going by Owen this season. As for GreatRaid, we'll see who joins in for them. They have 4 players in Great Honda, Jimmy, Panda, and Too Cool. I think they've played all these players so far this season, at least one. So, though, we'll wait a little bit and get everything started in just a moment here. As again, I'm excited for this. Lunar Echo, GreatRaid, BOIOIOIIOINGs. GreatRaid actually having one of the longer team names this season as well. Their name is a lot longer than I've said it is, but the spelling that I have on the Twitch title is actually the correct spelling. That is exactly how you spell their team's username. Or their team's name. We'll get this match started in just a few minutes as soon as both teams are in the lobby. I'm looking forward to this. But again, seems like GreatRaid will be here, and it also seems like they might be playing with a sub tonight as well, so that's going to make things interesting. But again, as I said, all 4 of the players on their team have been in their matches, so they're not going to be too unused to their sub, who I believe is too cool. And we'll wait on them. They should be here any moment here while we wait on them to join. We get confirmation on where they are. We'll get things underway. But again, we'll give it a little bit of time. They should be here any moment. For this one. Now, though, again, we'll just have to wait. And get them in the lobby, and hopefully we'll get this match started any moment now. But again, we are going to wait a little bit here. So forfeit rules are in play right now. After 10 minutes, it will be a game 1 forfeit. 5 extra minutes after that, it'll be right, and so on and so forth. I expect GreatRaid's going to be here in any moment, but they aren't here right now, so we got to wait a little bit. We'll wait on them in the lobby. We'll be good to get things underway. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this match again. We've actually seen a couple matches already from Ascension. Ascension's usually really tough to get because there's so few matches, and they are often scheduled at awkward times. The fact that we actually get to see Ascension Cup matches this season, pretty nice. Seeing that last season we had very few, if any. Very happy with that. Very happy with what we're going to see at Ascension this season as well. We'll get things started in hopefully just a moment. As again, Lunar Echo are here. GreatRaid. We'll wait on them. They should be here hopefully soon. I don't know where they are, but I'm hoping that it's not too late. But I assume that they're here. They're probably just delayed for some reason. Yeah, not much else to really say about this. It's Ascension Cup. We got some great action today. We'll likely have some more Ascension Cup, Ascent Tournament Series matches this week as well. So far, I don't think I have any more scheduled this week, but I'm gonna try to get some for all of you out there who are watching. Because I know you guys like seeing matches on the mainstream. I like streaming on the mainstream. Uh-oh. Looks like the server crashed. We'll get another server up for these players. We'll hopefully get GreatRaid in the lobby in just a moment. And as soon as we get an update on how they're doing, where they are, hopefully that will be everything. Again, just give it a moment. Hopefully they'll get here any moment for GreatRaid, but we are going to wait on them. They are late to this match. And again, it's 10 minutes to forfeit game 1, 5 minutes after that, or minutes after that to forfeit game 2, and another 5 minutes to forfeit game 3. Hopefully that isn't the case that we have to use here, but it does happen. We'll wait on them, but I don't have much else to talk about. I'm actually going to go to a break a little bit here, since I don't know how long it's going to be while we're waiting, and I might as well message and see if I can get an answer from GreatRaid. For now, though, I'm going to go to a break. I'll be back hopefully in just a few minutes with some good news for all of you. Alright, welcome back to the Ascent Tournament Series mainstream here. As you guys are probably seeing here, we have confirmed that everybody is ready to play. Unfortunately for GreatRaid, they are 14 minutes late, meaning they're going to auto-forfeit Game 1. But I still get to play the rest of the series, so we're going to actually start in Game 2. We'll likely start in Game 2. Again, unless these teams agree otherwise. I'm going to see what these teams are talking about right now. They're still talking, I think. They may not actually want this. And here we go. We got the teams in the lobby now. So again, auto-forfeit Game 1 here. Because GreatRaid was over 10 minutes late, they will auto-forfeit Game 1. But we do start in Game 2, and they can still win this series. I think for Lunar, though, they're not going to care too much. They mentioned before that they wanted to play this matchup really badly, so these teams will be here. We're going to start in Game 2. That means for, Lunar Echo, they'll actually start up, again, automatically 1-0 because of a game forfeit. So for GreatRaid, they're already down a game, and they haven't even gotten to really warm up into this one. Great Honda, who has shown up again, was unfortunately late. I don't know what for. Could be for a multitude of reasons, but they're all here, and Lunar Echo looking to not slow down at all, even though they have themselves not gotten to play when they wanted to. As again, a very simple, again, the same roster from last season, looking to do a lot better than they did last season. As El Macho will find Smirk. This goes up on the back wall as Jimmy pinched up the post. It'll be GreatRaid who will be challenging this one, as El Macho, Smirk, and Lunar Echo are going to take their place on offense. As El Macho, oh, he whiffed this one. Sorry, it was Rice Mix who went for it, actually. Now goes El Macho. Lunar Echo doing great to really keep offense, really put the pressure on GreatRaid. Again, because this is the exact same roster as last season, they've already built that chemistry with each other. They don't need to, there's no questions on what they're going to play like around each other. They know each other well. And actually, what also helps is the fact that they also played in the Rocket League Splash Series, which is a very tough division. Their champ division is very difficult. It's the same rank range as this one is, a little bit lower ranked, but the same rank range essentially, and a lot of competition. That's a very tough division to be good in. So Lunar Echo got some experience there. Of course, this season looking to be at the top of the league, as here goes El Macho! And it'll be the first goal in Game 2. Lunar Echo will take this one. And we'll be on the board here, as not looking to leave this one away. First goal will be theirs. And again, considering they're already a game up by default, they're looking pretty happy. And I'm sure they'd be very happy to, put the pressure on GreatRaid immediately in this series. But it's not going to happen easily, because GreatRaid's got a goal back. Jimmy on the end of it. This one will just bounce up the back wall, and Too Cool, who, again, got added in as a sub early in the season. Finding Jimmy in front of the net. GreatRaid with a tie scoreline. Again, I believe Too Cool is their sub. Definitely listed as the sub. So there's a good amount of teams in this tournament who have added players listed as subs, but actually don't play as the sub. But Lunar Echo, missing on the clear, will be Jimmy the other way. As El Macho challenge. Too Cool bumped out. Has room to take. Great Honda doesn't have the nets, as it's now Rice Mix on the room. Too Cool. Back wall, cleared back by El Macho. And he'll stay on this one, as Lunar Echo staying near the ball. We got the first goal of this game. They're a relatively aggressive roster, Lunar Echo. They're more aggressive than they were last season, though, by the way that they're playing. But again, I think that a lot of it comes down to confidence. But they're going to need to be careful, because this is still a very good GreatRaid BOIOIOIIOINGs team. And one that, again, has had their fair share of wins so far this season. El Macho to save this one. An offense to continue, as Lunar Echo, actually I believe also the only team out of Project Lunar to actually return this season. Lunar Echo was a pretty popular organization last season, had a couple of teams with some of our lower divisions. Again, I think this is the only team that still is. What happened there? Rice Mix is going to get credit with this goal. How did that fall through? It was Jimmy who, he had to race back, actually had the block on this. Oh, the dreaded backflip. And terrible timing, too. That is a free goal for Lunar Echo. And at a terrible time as well for GreatRaid to give up a play there. And Lunar Echo, they didn't expect a goal in that play, but they're not complaining. They'll have the lead again. Smirk. Echo still on offense, but that's a great clear for Too Cool. And actually, no, the only player back now is El Macho. Is that touch not exactly away from the danger, but goes Smirk. Now goes Great Honda. El Macho doesn't have this one as it's off the back wall and it's saved away. Too Cool. Great Honda. Macho demoed out of the way. Will be Too Cool up the sidewall. Smirk. Lunar Echo to continue on those challenges as it's El Macho, Great Honda. El Macho again, up jumping is Too Cool, but it's the win for Smirk on the dribble. And now he's got some space on Jimmy. Smirk alone trying to fire the Doomsy Dish, but Jimmy will catch him there and will not let him have any more opportunities. There's a minute to go. Lunar Echo holding the lead here. It's only by 1 goal, but 1 goal is more than enough for Lunar Echo to win this game. Up and in his Smirk. Jimmy, bit of an awkward first touch. He's backflipped again here. Left a bit of a shooting lane for Lunar Echo, but not taking it here. Lunar Echo instead just playing for control, wasting out time. Now they'll take a shot. That's off the back wall. Rice Mix actually has a free chance, and he's gonna fire it over Great Honda. Lunar Echo so far swept every opponent so far this season, and boy, in Game 2 proving, even against the next best team by record, that there's a real reason why Lunar Echo are running the division right now. Team's just got some chemistry that nobody else can match. Not even GreatRaid is off back wall. Jimmy to take another. It will be sent in. And only 1 goal away now. GreatRaid BOIOIOIIOINGs taking their time on offense, and for good reason. These demos from Too Cool. Just getting rid of defenders, making room open. Coach Jimmy doesn't have to jump much for that. And GreatRaid only 1 away from tying this game. 20 seconds though, not a lot of time to get that goal. And that kickoff's not going to help them either. Up the back wall, Great Honda will be there for GreatRaid. Is Too Cool to pinch away. On the field they go, with room. Clear by El Macho. Now he'll send it, that's a high touch, and it's slow too. Just going to waste even more time for GreatRaid BOIOIOIIOINGs, and they're not going to get this ball either. Smirk's just going to let them play it out, and will end Game 2, a 1 goal difference, but Lunar Echo now will lead the series 2-0. They lead the series by 2 games now. Only 1 more needed to take the series and go 3 straight weeks with sweeps in their matches. Alright, turns out they actually want the 1-0 here, so they're actually going to call to actually replay Game 2 here, or actually play Game 2, and not actually count the forfeit. So we're getting some changes of opinion here from Lunar Echo. They actually want to play out the whole series in full. That's very nice of them, because they totally don't have to do that, by the way. That is totally not necessary. They could totally... so we're actually going to get a call. This is actually going to be Game 2, not the other one. So, Lunar Echo, very nice of them. That's... very courteous of them. Considering that earlier they were fine with taking that Game 1 forfeit win, they're now calling to actually replay, or actually play Game 2 now, and have last game count as Game 1. So, actually we're going to have Game 2 at this point. So, Lunar Echo going to go 2-0 up in the series. They absolutely could have taken a 2-0 lead last game. You know, GreatRaid was late to their match, but Lunar Echo didn't want it. And generally in this situation, a lot of teams don't like taking that forfeit game early on. Really a fun position to be in. And a good amount of teams will just not take it. But for Lunar Echo, taking the call that they do not want to. They want to play out Game 2, play out the series in full. For GreatRaid, they're going to have to, well, they're going to be given a little bit of a lifeline here, but it's still not easy to play against Lunar Echo. This team is bringing in a lot of offense right now. Almost taking first goal right there as that ball bounced off the post. Lunar Echo waiting back in front of the nets. El Macho clear it away. Great Honda. Smirk to clear. It'll be too cool as GreatRaid down the field. It's El Macho stopped by Too Cool. Lunar Echo just waiting. Just waiting for openings, waiting for chances. They know that they have definitely the much more imposing team right now. But the chances haven't really been there for them. They've had one good chance this game. That's been about it. They're just waiting for the opportunity to fall into place for them. But GreatRaid's not giving it to them. Lunar Echo might have to start really playing for some of these opportunities. As here's a chance in front. Rice Mix to clear. Great Honda. Up in front of the net. Rice Mix will send it away. And it is GreatRaid who will take some plays upfield. As El Macho to clear. Boom. Great Honda. It'll be Jimmy next, and he's got a lot of space. The flick saved by Rice Mix, and Smirk gets rid of it. Lunar Echo just heavy clearing the ball, and that tells me that they're not very comfortable or even very confident in the way that they're playing with them clearing as much as they are. We didn't see a lot of this last game from Lunar Echo. Again, it tells me they're not nearly as confident in their playstyle here in Game 2. And Lunar Echo. GreatRaid, both still even, goalless after the first half of the game. Lunar Echo looking to turn things around, although they won't get much there. Shot away by Great Honda. Too Cool. That's going to go in front of the net. El Macho can't take it, but with Smirk in the right position, that's not going to be a danger for Lunar Echo. Again, they are still facing a lot of pressure. El Macho. Great Honda. Rice Mix on the bump. It's Smirk to clear. El Macho challenged by Too Cool. Off the corner. Rice Mix towards the nets. Great Honda to save. On a bump on Too Cool. Lunar Echo with space. El Macho. And time. Now towards the nets. Great Honda using everything just to get up to that one. As Lunar Echo just waiting for their chance. This one goes across the goal, but still no shots. Rice Mix will take it back. Lunar Echo unable to score on that last chance. This game still scoreless. Somebody's gonna break that deadlock sooner rather than later. These teams have had chances. These teams have been playing so far back. They haven't really made much happen. I don't know if this is an improvement on defense or if it's just the offense is not really being there. It really feels like the latter more than the former. How few shots we've seen so far this game, but as the situation that we're facing with right now is that either of these teams really wanting to score next, really playing to score next, and inside the final minute. And at this point, whoever scores next is almost certainly going to be the one to win it. As Smirk, the go will be Too Cool on the goal line as El Macho now on offense. And Echo gonna force their way in. Smirk. The back wall won't have this one as Rice Mix demoed. Great Honda to clear. As El Macho. 30 seconds left. It will be Rice Mix. El Macho in support. No shot there. Lunar Echo. Again, feel like the better team right now. They've had the better chances. But when a game is scoreless like this, it doesn't really matter if you've had the better chances overall. It just matters who gets the chance that wins it. 10 seconds left. Overtime quickly looming. As GreatRaid may have a chance here at the end of regulation. Jimmy keeps it up, but this ball hits the floor. And it will be overtime in Game 2. This game is going to be another 1-goal difference. The question is, will Lunar Echo be the ones to end it and go up 2-0 in the series? It's close, it's competitive, as many expected. These are, right now, at least the two best teams in the division by performance. Oh, but they're not going to help them here! It's an open net, Too Cool wins it! And it's an even series! Lunar Echo fell apart! Rice Mix didn't get the power he wanted, didn't get the height he wanted! This series is even! And we're going into Game 3 now. To an even series. GreatRaid, after a long game of scorelessness, as I said, doesn't really matter who has more chances, just who has the chance to win it. And GreatRaid taking it in overtime. We're going to Game 3. Match point to be decided here. The match continues. Lunar Echo, GreatRaid. Match point determined by this game. Actually, GreatRaid with that game win there. It's the first time Lunar Echo have lost a game this series. Not a series, but a game this season. Again, both their first two matches were sweeps, so they didn't lose any games in either of those matches. So the first one, and I think against GreatRaid, I think they'll be okay with that if you're Lunar Echo. This is a good team in GreatRaid. Not exactly a team that you're going to sweep very easily. As offense for Lunar Echo. Last game just unable to really put the shots that they wanted on target. This game, we're going to need to do better to actually get shots. They just felt like they were waiting too much for GreatRaid, and, well, if you wait for GreatRaid, GreatRaid's going to come to you, and they will have no problem taking their shots as Great Honda will score. And GreatRaid BOIOIIOINGs with goal 1 in Game 3. Again, with match point to be determined by this game. GreatRaid looking to really put the pressure on Lunar Echo. As El Macho. Back wall, no second touch. In goes Smirk. That's off the bus bar as Rice Mix to save it away. El Macho. Bumped. This one. Almost on target. Great Honda is waiting for it as Rice Mix in the midfield for Smirk. This one pinched to the corner. El Macho keeps this one up in the midfield, but it's a losing battle. GreatRaid BOIOIIOINGs are going to have another chance, although not for long. This one's sent down the field looking for a quick counterattack. We're the Lunar Echo's players, but... well, only have to wait for and play for offensive control. Shots! Oh my, what a play! Rice Mix ties it, but what an effort! El Macho didn't exactly have an easy net to look at there, but... my goodness, that is not an easy shot for Rice Mix. Gets over Jimmy. It's a beautiful play. And this game is even because of that amazing effort. Lunar Echo. Ooh, almost got dunked there. They gotta be careful on defense. They may have a goal, but... GreatRaid have proven before they do not mind taking the lead against this team. As here goes El Macho. Too cool. To the corner. Will be pinched out as... GreatRaid is looking to challenge. Jimmy. Save away by Smirk. Great Honda. The corner. Rice Mix, too cool, will flip this one towards the net. It's a bit awkward. It's in front of the net, and Great Honda will be on it. El Macho dunking out his own teammate, and Rice Mix, or sorry, Smirk actually. Rice Mix completely out of play, but unfortunately for El Lunar Echo, it looks like they may have even DC'd a little bit there. But GreatRaid are gonna take it, and for Lunar Echo, now down in this game. GreatRaid are heating up. Definitely making life a lot more difficult now for Lunar, or Project Lunar. It's a bounce off the sidewall. El Macho was the only one that could challenge. Now goes Too Cool. Also jumping in was Great Honda. GreatRaid looking for a 3-1 lead to really put the pressure on Lunar Echo, especially later in this game. As here goes Great Honda. Up short by El Macho. Too Cool. Looking to get some support from Jimmy. Too Cool. Back, but not able to challenge. Smirk off the back wall. Too Cool. He's taking it away from his own teammate. It's a wide open net for El Macho. And in that position, if you're Great Honda, you gotta call off Too Cool. Simply put, Too Cool shouldn't be challenged in the first place, but you gotta call him off. Because that's a free clear for Great Honda. Instead, it's a double commit, it's a wide open net, and Lunar Echo are not missing from there. Oh, Too Cool making another chance on offense. That mistake's really going to maybe haunt him for the rest of this game. That one was quite egregious. Honda will clear. Too cool. Back wall. Great Honda! Missed it! In goes Jimmy, but he's nowhere to be seen. He's not going to get that challenge in time. And here goes RiceMix looking to race down the field. Does pull out Too Cool, but he doesn't get much more than that. Great Honda to clear, and now he's going to take this one down the field. El Macho challenged. Honda, midfield. RiceMix bumped out the way, and this is a play that Jimmy can make. Kept up in the air. Too Cool. Waiting. Won't get his chances. Up goes Jimmy to the back wall. Smirk. Doesn't have this one as Great Honda pass to Too Cool. On target, but El Macho was already there. And now Smirk looking for El Macho. Cut out by GreatRaid. One minute to go. And just like last game, although much more high scoring than last game. Likely that next goal is the one to win it. As it will be Lunar Echo. Over the play in midfield. Too Cool. El Macho the challenge. Jimmy keeps RiceMix out of the way. As here goes Great Honda. This one actually back for Too Cool! He's just sitting upfield, but the fortune will be all his! 37 seconds to go. And it is Lunar Echo on the back foot again. Half a minute to go. Lunar Echo facing pressure now. It's match point to be determined in this game, and GreatRaid, so far, are holding it. Honda bumped out, still chasing RiceMix all the way to his back corner. Jimmy wins the challenge. El Macho waiting. Guess by what? Can't get by Too Cool. Has RiceMix to clear. Up is Great Honda. Looking to ground this one. It will be Smirk to keep it alive. RiceMix jumping. Nobody can get it. And GreatRaid BOIOIOIIOINGs will take game 3. Match point is theirs at this point. As they take game 3 in this series. Only one away from winning the matchup. Game 4 up next. Lunar Echo, who's been a dominant team so far this season, facing some pressure from the other solid performer. And GreatRaid, who couldn't win in that first game, have now slowly been able to come back into this thing and really shut down the Lunar Echo offense, which is what Lunar Echo's good at. They're good at offense. Shutting it down, not an easy feat, but so far GreatRaid have done exactly that. Now all they need to do is win one more game, and the series is theirs, and they'll stay undefeated. So the position and the placement is all theirs. They just gotta perform now. We have a bit of a headlock here, don't we? We're on a momentary 2v2, unless these players decide to break it, but during this rank level, they're probably not going to here. So 2v2 as Jimmy in a headlock with RiceMix? Yeah, he's in a headlock with RiceMix. GreatRaid, though, playing 2v2. They are looking like they're a 2v2 team right now. As that ball around the corner. Smirk and El Macho going together. As there we go. Someone had to bump in and broke it. That headlock's now broken. So we're back to 3v3. As RiceMix, he wanted to stay in that. I think he didn't want to play at all for this part of the game, but he'll be sent back into the fray here. Tells me he wasn't the one that wanted to break that thing, and unfortunately, or maybe fortunately for Lunar Echo, 2v2 momentarily here. Now back to 3v3 as Smirk, midfield, Jimmy to clear. GreatRaid, who took a long... It didn't take so long last game to get their first goal, but another very close performance. Clearly proving this is going to be a tough matchup to win, even if they are leading the series at this point. Like that, this Project Lunar Tide is going to bring out all stops here in Game 4 to send this series to Champions Field. It's Too Cool to challenge. El Macho. Demo. Jimmy. Sends it upfield for Great Honda. Echo, a little pass off. Won't get downfield very easily. And it's straight to the opposition. Too Cool. Will start it. Great Honda to follow. He's been taken up the field by RiceMix. And Rice Mix will go again, taking another player out of the play in Jimmy. Matcha always been dunked by Rice Mix. That's not going to make things easy as GreatRaid will clear this one out. Too Cool leaves it for a Honda. Smirk to the back wall. It's midfield. Jimmy waiting. Won't be able to go as El Macho again kept this one high. As Jimmy, sidewall, bouncing ball will be for El Macho. Too Cool to clear. Smirk. Great Honda. And it will be Rice Mix on the ball. Too Cool. Strong first touch, but it will be Smirk to clear it away. Now off the back wall. Great Honda to save. El Macho. Too Cool. Airborne. Echo. We'll play this one, and actually it's a great chance to score. Too Cool is going to get the block on that. Just like in Game 2, a long time before we're going to get our first goal this game. It may even go to overtime like Game 2 did. See about that. For now, though, still scoreless as we are more than halfway through this game. Less than 2 minutes to go. Too Cool. Ooh, it's a bit of an awkward place to be in front of his own net, but he'll dribble this one. One-on-one. Has the play. Always been bumped into the block. He will take the boost. That means Lunar Echo slow on the recovery. I've seen boost prioritization really all that much for these players. They're just trying to play for offense, trying to play for shots opportunities. They don't trust each other to take the boost on their opponents, but they trust each other more to just get those shots. Right now, this game, though, not much to show that as here it goes! Rice Mix takes it! In front! No one to challenge! And Rice Mix knows this is his chance, his play, and his goal. 1-0 for Lunar Echo. Game 5 likely. But GreatRaid looking for their own goal now. As here's their chance. Double commit for Lunar Echo, but GreatRaid sends everybody upfield. They have to go back to defense now. El Macho, back wall, second touch not there. GreatRaid picking up the pace now. This game's not nearly as lethargic as it was beforehand. Jimmy sending one down the field. Rice Mix. That's a great first touch. Just keeps the ball close. Just keeps the challenges, forcing GreatRaid to wait on his call. And the more they have to wait, the more that they're going to get less time, less opportunities, and less chances to win this game, tie this game, even to begin with. Now just getting desperate. Looking for any openings, but none showing. Too Cool. Stopped by Smirk. And this one with a high bounce. Jimmy actually choosing not to go. That's just going to mean that they got a challenge early as this one stays away from the net, but I mean, it's on the orange side of the field right now. GreatRaid's got to go across the entire length of the field. And that just isn't going to happen easily. Honda, save, but it is Too Cool to keep it airborne. Smirk to hit this one. We have Game 5. Champions Field up next. Lunar Echo, after 2 straight game losses, a 1-goal scoreline. It has not been high scoring this series, but you'll get anyone you can if you're Lunar Echo. Champions Field up next to win the series. And that means Champions Field, Game 5, Lunar Echo, GreatRaid, the 2 top teams in the Ascension Cup. A collision course in Week 3, looking to see who will lead the division afterwards. But an important series, likely these will be our top 2 teams by the end of the season. Just for all of you that want to know, the top 2 seeds, actually having the top 2 seeds matters. You'd get a bye into the semifinals automatically if you're a top 2 seed in the Ascension Cup, because only the top 6 teams make it to the final bracket. So there's a real reason why you want to be in those top seeds. Not just for seeding, but for one less match on Championship. I believe they're going to play on actually Championship Saturday. Well, Game 5 here to take the lead. Or sorry, to win the series, to lead the division. Lunar Echo. Waiting. Rice Mix can't get it. El Macho to save. Now he's got a chance to shoot. Too Cool has got to get there. As Rice Mix quickly on. Oh, quick reactions from Jimmy to save that one out. And now the other way. That one pinched on. It's in. You may say it's fortunate. You may say it's lucky. But what I say is it's GreatRaid who lead 1-0 after a minute of gameplay. A pinch will find its way to the net. GreatRaid will take it. As El Macho now, no boost, he missed it! It's another one for Great Honda! And sometimes just throwing the ball on target works at this division. It does here. El Macho had no boost, panicked completely. What was ordinarily usually a pretty simple block is one that bounces over his head and into the back of the net. 2-0 for GreatRaid. And now looking for free. It is 3. Jimmy's got it. And Lunar Echo, a terrible start to the game. Unfortunately, this is a bad game to have a bad start in. GreatRaid lead 3-0. We haven't even gone that far into this game. Lunar Echo have time to recover, but my goodness, this is a very precarious position to be in, and it's only going to get worse. Too Cool makes it 4-0. Whatever happened in Game 4, clearly, GreatRaid not exactly took clearly to that one, because this is a dominant start, the most dominant we've seen out of any of these teams so far in any of these, at the start of any game. And for Lunar Echo, it's the worst game to have that happen against you in Game 5. As here goes El Macho, looking for a goal back. It's pinched in front of the goal. Great Honda to clear. Too Cool sends it away as here goes Smirk. Rice Mix. Too Cool sends it back the other way on the blue half of the field now. For GreatRaid, on prime position to win the series here. Gotta just make sure they don't give away anything for free. As here goes Too Cool, can't keep it out. Smirk with the first goal of the game for Lunar Echo. Three minutes to go. Lunar Echo needs 3 more. Rice Mix. Options midfield will not be able to find any of them as the pass never materialized. And for GreatRaid, again, just clearing the ball away and not really taking that many risks on offense. Really feel like they're playing much differently, but they're not taking as many risks as they did would do normally. It's just clear the ball away, get it out of defense, get it away from defenses. Right now they're struggling at doing just that. They've got no boost on the goal line as El Macho, Jimmy doesn't have this. Too Cool only far back, but it's only to Smirk. Great Honda's in the air. Smirk wins the play. Rice Mix leaves it. El Macho to score. It's off the bar and in, and another in a row for Lunar Echo. Having cut the initial lead now in half with these 2 goals, Lunar Echo marching closer and closer. Smirk, maybe 3. It will be Rice Mix. And I mean, this game felt like it was over after the first minute. Lunar Echo how now brought this one within 1. Rarely do you see teams come back from 4 goals down, but Lunar Echo right now, not only are they looking like they can do it, it looks like they will do it with the way that they're playing. This team has all momentum on their side at this point, and GreatRaid, who were playing more defensively earlier, now got to play that aggressive style again, because I don't expect them to hold this 1-goal lead forever. I mean, they can do it. We've seen games won by 1-goal margins, but if you're GreatRaid, I wouldn't trust that 1-goal lead to stand forever. Honda. Owns by Rice Mix. Front of the net will be Jimmy. Smirk. Up with this one. Has a dribble, the pass! The goal! All eyes are on Smirk. What was he gonna do here? Well, the answer is go get a bump and let El Macho score. Lunar Echo have tied this game 4 goals straight now. And it's GreatRaid feeling the pressure at this point like they never felt before. Because now I'm sure, are thinking to themselves that they absolutely can lose the series here. Lunar Echo, not done. Looking for 5. Save. Follow-up, not there. GreatRaid cowering on the goal line. Lunar Echo have only gotten scarier as the game's progressed. Ice Mix. Off the corner. Great Honda. Off the corner will be Demo on 1. It's not a great clear, but GreatRaid couldn't shoot on it. And there was a minute to go as El Macho. Too cool. Still too cool. Great Honda. With open room. Who's next to it? Will be Smirk. Oh, he doesn't get this one, though, and maybe for the better, because there was no one challenging out of GreatRaid, as El Macho trying to get the bump on Too Cool. Last one back is Great Honda, but he won't need to be called in. Too Cool goes the other way. As Smirk takes it down the field. Jimmy is waiting at the net, at the goal, but no shot. That was a great chance for Lunar Echo. Still a little time left. Lunar Echo knows they've got the advantage. El Macho, reset, in front, still there, Smirk to score, and with 14 seconds left, is that the goal to do it? El Macho on the flip reset, and everybody at a GreatRaid can't rate it. What a comeback this game. Lunar Echo are 14 seconds away from winning the series. As Great Honda's delayed kickoff will only go back to his own side of the field. Jimmy. This ball needs to be airborne. Jimmy won't read it. Too Cool gets over Ice Mix, but El Macho, it will end it. Game 5 for Lunar Echo. The series is theirs. And after going down 4 goals in Game 5, what a comeback for Lunar Echo. We don't see teams come back from that kind of deficit often. (3-2). What a performance. What a scoreline. Lunar Echo continuing to prove themselves here, returning from last season and staying undefeated. As joining me here, welcome in Rice Mix, a 3-2 win. Lunar Echo staying undefeated through this series. It was, a tough series at times. GreatRaid definitely going to be one of your toughest competition this season. But you get the win. You're staying undefeated after how rough last season was for you guys. This is a perfect start. How are you feeling here? You got to be feeling amazing.
Last season was atrocious. We could have played it better. I think we just had a few mistakes, and we replaced as El Macho as our third, and I think we could win it all this season.
Well, so far you guys are en route to do that here. GreatRaid, though, one of your toughest competition this season. So far, the last 2 weeks you've had easy opponents. This week, not the case. What was it like, kind of getting this major challenge this week, considering that the last 2 weeks were so easy for you guys?
So I think we were kind of washed off of the first 2 weeks because we didn't get any really competition right there, and this match, going into Game 5 was definitely intense, and we were down by 4 in the first minute, so we just stayed focused, and we knew it wasn't over until it was over.
Yeah, and I rarely do see teams come back from 4 goals down, especially in Game 5, but you guys did just that. What did you tell your teammates here, after those first 4 goals? Because I'm sure the morale was low. I'm sure that you guys maybe you guys had an idea, were thinking that you may not win this series. What did the team talk about after those first 4 goals? What did you guys do to kind of bring yourself back into it? Because man, that was like an incredible comeback and one that doesn't happen often.
Um, we sure like felt like down, but we just said it was all lucky, They had like a few, great first touches and of that smirk whiff, but we came to a conclusion that we just gotta play aggressive more, and we should knew what we were gonna do, and we should be on top of this game.
Yeah, what a win though as well. 3-2, great performance. You guys lead the Ascension Cup now. Again, gotta be feeling good about that one here, Rice Mix. You guys having an amazing season so far. 3 wins straight. This is the season that you guys hope, as you said, this is the season for you guys to win it all. It feels like it's the season for you guys to win it all. Again, congrats on your win here over GreatRaid, one of your toughest competition. One of the toughest competition you're gonna have this season. For now though, again, congrats on your win. Before you go, do you have any shoutouts? Anything else you want to say? Any final messages?
I just want to say, like, whoever's in the chat, like, supporting us right now, I really appreciate it.
Of
And
course.
yeah, that's all.
Of course, thank you so much for being so supportive and for being able to compete tonight. It was an amazing match, an amazing series. Congrats on your win, Rice Mix, and the rest of Lunar Echo. Good luck in the rest of your season. I'm sure we'll see you guys again at some point. But for now, have a good evening. Enjoy that victory because you guys earned it.
Yeah, thank you. See.
That was Rice Mix there, Lunar Echo, a Game 5 victory. What a performance from them. Boy, they had to work for it, but they got the win at the end. Thank you all so much for joining the Ascend Tournament Series mainstream and for joining us in the Ascension Cup. Have a good night, everybody. Go watch more Ascend Tournament Series action, but for now, have a good rest of your evening. Take care. Be well. We'll see you again soon on the Ascend Tournament Series stream.